All right, everybody. Welcome back to another trade recap video. Haven't taken a trade yet. Did not take a trade this day. Haven't taken a trade while I've been back. Um, Sort of slowly easing into things again, just understanding how the markets are. Because things change a lot, right? How I used to take trades back then, how the markets were then, things change. They're not entirely the same. So still trying to learn everything, see how the markets are right now, and just not trying to rush into anything. But yeah, so today, well, yesterday, we had this is DXY, and I'm looking in on the daily chart right now. And we were filling in this big fair value gap here. So I was looking, obviously, I was thinking we're pretty going to be bullish for the dollar, potentially hitting this order block here. We did just want to, I think we just tapped the bottom of this wick here. So we hadn't quite touched that yet though. So I was definitely bullish on the dollar. So bearish on EU and GU. Now, I was mainly looking at EU here. Um, for the daily, I was wanting to see some kind of, let's see here. I think it was some kind of load here. Yeah, we hadn't quite swept these lows down here, I think, or there's some kind of order block we wanted to tap into. We did see a sweep. So this candle here, we did sweep these lows here, these double lows here. So I was a little, that was not that nice to see. However, big bearish fair value gap up here, potentially to get filled in. And overall, with the dollar, there were just bearish confluences. Overall, we're in a downtrend and, lots of fair value gaps down here to get filled in. I was bearish and there was quite a good formation as well. If we come in on the hour, we can see here that we had this buy side liquidity right here, these hourly highs all here. And we had this, I think it was a 15-minute order block right here. So I was wanting to see price come up and sweep these highs and, you know, not go too far past this order block here, react off this, take some kind of trade on that. Now, by the looks of it, I was right. It did sort of play out like that. However, the entry was just not quite there. So I was wanting price, yeah, to sort of not go too far past this, maybe, come here, close below it type thing, act as resistance. But yeah, we did want to come quite far up. So, and it was quite late as well. London Open for me is at 1900 hours and it's about a 2 hour window. So when we get to about 21, that's when it's like, okay, we're sort of starting to, it's getting a bit late, right? You want to, ideally, I want to take a trade within that 2 hours, but at this point, we'd passed it. So I was, getting ready to sleep here. But yeah, it did look like there was a good, it was a good setup overall, but the entry just wasn't there. It was quite late in London session. Now, if I scaled down, was there even an entry? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe the 1 minute might have offered something. I haven't looked back since really. I don't think so, to be honest. So, it's not always going to be a trade setup. GU, I was sort of had my eyes on a little bit. I was bearish for this pair as well. Sort of similar setup. We had this buy side liquidity up here and then some order blocks here, Fair Valley Gap, which I would have taken a trade off of if it came, but mostly it was this buy side liquidity I wanted to see get swept. It didn't quite hit it, so nothing there. And yeah, I mean that's sort of the trade recap. Really, once price started to fire past this order block and it closed above it and it was getting super high, I was sort of not really wanting to do it because my idea was to take a trade with price just hitting this and then falling below, but it invalidated my idea. So I wasn't going to try like change my idea to fit what price was doing. It's either my idea was going to work out or it wasn't. I'm not going to try like force a trade or anything. Yeah, so no trade today. Good trading day because, saw the good setup, the bias was right, the overall setup, my what I predicted was going to happen happened, but the entry just wasn't there. So I'm happy with that. Everything was good. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.